Good morning. This is a recording for Saturday, October 21st. Every one of us has a story to tell of when we were hurt. Once we're done telling our stories, all the technical details of who, when, where, and what was done to us, then we must name the hurt. Giving the emotion a name is the way we come to understand how what happened really affected us. After we've told the facts of what happened, we must face our feelings. We're each hurt in our own unique ways, and when we give voice to this pain, we begin to heal it. As we begin to heal, our relationship to the story loosens, and we can choose when and where to share it. Until the healing begins, we may find ourselves stuck, rigidly repeating our story or pieces of our story to anyone and everyone, irrespective of the person or the situation. Many of us have seen people who mutter their stories aloud to themselves over and over. They're stuck in their trauma, literally driven crazy by their inability to transcend what has happened to them. Healing a memory requires a careful assembly of the puzzle pieces of experience. But once we know what has happened, we must move beyond the bare facts to the raw feelings. While we may be reluctant to face the truth of our feelings or the depth of our pain, it is the only way to heal and move forward. And we give voice to our hurts not to be victims or martyrs, but to find freedom from the resentment, anger, shame, or self-loathing that can fester and build inside us when we don't touch our pain and learn to forgive. So why must we name the harm when often it can seem so much easier or even safer to simply dismiss a hurt, stuff it down, push it away, pretend it didn't happen, or rationalize it, telling ourselves we really shouldn't feel so? Because a hurt is a hurt. A loss is a loss. And a harm felt but denied will always find a way to express itself. Let me repeat that. A harm felt but denied will always find a way to express itself. Desmond Tutu says, "When I bury my hurt in shame or silence, it begins to fester from the inside out. I feel the pain more acutely, and I suffer even more because of it." Marriages crumble under the weight of unspoken resentments and unacknowledged hurts. When we ignore the pain, it grows bigger and bigger. And like an abscess that is never drained, eventually it will rupture. When that happens, it can reach into every area of our lives: our health, our families, our jobs, our friendships, our faith, and our very ability to feel joy may be diminished by the fallout from resentments, anger, and hurts that are never named. We must each be especially courageous and name the hurts that cause us to feel shame or diminish us. When our dignity is violated, it serves no one if we stuff the injury away in the closet of our disowned past. We do not need to succumb to the temptation to meet such a violation with retaliation. The only way to heal this hurt is to give voice to what ails us. It is only in this way that we can keep our pain and loss from taking root inside us. It is only in this way that we have a chance for freedom. We must do everything possible to dig the hurt out at the very roots that have bound us to it for so long. And the only way to reach the taproot is with the truth. It has often been said that we are as sick as the secrets we keep. We are as sick as the secrets we keep. Often the initial harm done to us is compounded by our own shame and silence about what we have suffered. And this can be especially true for survivors of rape, incest, and other kinds of sexual abuse. But it's true for every other hurt. Sometimes children are forced to keep the secrets of adults, and that has very dramatic consequences. And as children, we may not be able to name the harms we experience, but as adults, we must find a way to give name to any abuse that still lives within us. We are not responsible for what breaks us, but we can be responsible for what puts us back together again. Naming the hurt is how we begin to repair our broken parts. Naming the hurt is how we begin to repair our broken parts. In the next few sessions, we will discover when it's necessary to name the hurt, who to talk to once we're ready to share our hurt. But today, let's do the box of sorrows exercise again. But instead of telling the story, which we have already done in the past couple of days, this time you will go beyond the story and right into the raw feelings associated with it. This will eventually help you name the hurt in a concise and useful way. For now, you will just connect with the emotions behind the story. So take a comfortable position and take a few moments to settle. Settle into your body, your heart, your mind. Settle into this moment right here, right now. As always, allowing your breath to be nice and soft and natural. Finding some spaciousness in your breathing so that all the experiences of the present moment can flow through you as energy without struggle. And now take a moment to find your safe space. You have already done it in the previous few days, so it can be the same place or it can be different. Remember, you can have many safe places. It can be indoors, outdoors, it can be real or imaginary. Whatever it is, see this place fully. Describe it to yourself in as much detail as possible and try to really inhabit it. How does it feel like to be safe? Now you hear someone calling for you in a voice filled with warmth, love, and delight. Delight to be next to you, to hear what you have to say. When you are ready, welcome this person into your safe space. Who is your companion today? Is it the same person from the previous couple of days? Is it somebody different? Again, whatever it is, simply accept it. Notice that this person actually increases your sense of safety because they validate your feelings, your existence, your right to speak the truth without providing any advice, without judgment, without trying to fix anything. This person is here just to listen. There is an open box between you and your companion. This is the box of your sorrows. In the past couple of days, you have already told your companion the story of the hurt you carry, openly and honestly. And now it's time to connect with the actual feelings associated with this hurt. To drop the story and connect with the underlying emotion. Your companion is there to hold space for you. They are not going to speak. They're just being a witness for your exploration. So what is beyond the story here? What does the emotion associated with this hurt feel like? Find its texture, its color. Feel where it is located in your body. Is the feeling sharp or dull? Is it in your heart or in your belly, your throat? You're looking for a felt answer, not words. You don't have to describe it to yourself. You just want to touch it, to know that feeling viscerally. Of course, if thoughts come up and distract you from the feeling, just note that, thinking, thinking, and come back to the visceral experiencing. Come back to just finding the feeling behind the story. What does the felt sense of the emotion feel like now? It's said that all experiences arise and subside. Is that your experience right now as well? Or is it different? Thoughts can cause the energy of emotions to freeze or dwell for a long time. If we let go of the thoughts, the energy can move. Is that true for you right now? If you can't help but describe your felt sense of the emotion with a word, it's okay. Just notice, what does this word feel like? What does pleasant or unpleasant or painful or tight feel like in your body? What does this word you've used to describe the emotion feel like? Maybe your word is tense or tingling or hot. What does that feel like? As you do this, breathe in and out, feeling it, experiencing it, resting in the experience itself. And if you're experiencing a really strong emotion, you might want to breathe more deeply so that a sense of space and openness and friendliness can come in and support you. And if you're feeling absolutely nothing at all, just a blank neutral state, breathe in and out and simply note, what does this blank and neutral state feel like? What does numb feel like? If you're feeling resistance to doing this, it's okay. Experience that as a felt sensation. You can just keep asking yourself the question, what is this? And whether it's boredom, resistance, overwhelm, pain, drowsiness, try to get at the experience by asking yourself over and over, what does that feel like? What does that feel like? Remember, you are not looking for a verbal answer. You are looking for a felt sense of the experience. Whatever you're feeling now, simply sit with it. Sit in the home base of your being, the vast spaciousness of your mind, the open dimension of you, your being. You are not trying to breathe a strong emotion away, but there can be the feeling of having a lot of space around this emotion. So perhaps at some point you might feel a little bit less smothered by it, a little bit less scared. Now look at your box of sorrows again. Your hurt is now in the box. Look at your companion who witnessed as you explored your feelings. How does it feel like to have them close to you right now? When you are ready, close the box and hand it to your trusted companion. Now they know your story and they know the emotions that underlie your story. And maybe you feel a little lighter having shared this heavy burden with someone who loves you, with someone who wants you to feel better. You don't need to carry those sorrows alone any longer. How does that feel like? When you're ready, say your thank yous and your goodbyes to the trusted companion, to your safety place. And put your hands on your heart, expressing gratitude to yourself for doing this powerful work. Send yourself the energy of loving kindness. May I be filled with loving kindness. May I be well in body and mind. May I feel safe, protected, at ease. May I know deep, natural peace. And as always, as you gently let go of the practice, scan your body and notice what's going on for you right now, physically, emotionally, mentally. How are you, really? As you go through your day today, I invite you to contemplate that we are as sick as the secrets we keep. Are you ready to take the responsibility for putting yourself back together? Are you ready to tell your story and feel the feelings behind it? Are you ready to name your hurt, even if it's just to yourself at this moment? Thank you so much for being here today. Have a gorgeous day, and I will see you tomorrow.